It's dead, Jim. Dang it. Morning all. So we are very close to calling my safety guy and booking an appointment to get him tested. But there is one thing that's bugging me. It's been bugging me for a while and I'm just not happy with it. So let me show you what I'm concerned about and we'll try and rectify it today. So if you've been watching, I've only ever driven this thing up and down the driveway and turned it a little bit. It goes, it stops. I don't know if it changes gear, but there is one thing that's kind of bugging me. When I turn the steering wheel, you hear that click? I think that click is coming from the very first U-joint as it goes through the firewall. And it's just bugging me because anything that comes through your hands when you're driving, it's just going to concern you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the steering column out, take that U-joint out and just see if there's anything either not quite tight or if something's binding somewhere that I can file down. It's just a tiny little click, but it's just enough to concern me and I would like that gone. So while that's off, I'll maybe clean that up a bit and make it look a bit less cowboy-like. Okay, let's strip this down and see what's going on. Right, I can see at the bottom of this shaft it's actually been bent up, so I think that has been hitting off of one of the U-joints. So I'm going to just take the U-joint off and just see what's going on there. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, where it's been folded over. It was a struggle to get it out because it was getting caught on the inside. Anyway, let's get the joint out and see what's going on. So here we have the bottom of my steering column. Now, can you see that section there? That has obviously been hitting something because that was perfectly smooth all the way around. So I think what's happened is it's been rammed in there too far and it's been pushed up against the inside of that joint, which is why there was a wee bit of oil on it as well. But also I've noticed that because of that movement, this now moves a little bit. That side doesn't move at all. That side moves ever so slightly. So I think the bottom of the steering column was actually pushing on maybe that side there, underneath there, and forcing it out. So I'm going to throw this in the vise, close it up a little bit, and get that nice and tight again. Smooth that edge down, and next time I install it, don't ram it down so far. And then we should be good to go. So let me see how I get on with that. Okay folks, so I've just smoothed down the edges of that so that it slides in there nicely. And I've closed that up so I don't have any movement left and right, lateral, whatever the technical term is. And it's still smooth and tight. So in order to prevent that from going too far down again, because it's really hard to put this on the car because it's like under the brakes and all that, it's really awkward. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to weld a couple of tabs on just to prevent that from sliding too far up and locking up the joint itself. See if it's too far down and you try and turn, the whole thing moves in and out. And I think that's where my click was coming from, plus it was destroying the U-joint. So I'm going to mark around here where it's to stop and then just put a couple of tacks on. Shouldn't take but a jiffy. So I want it there. So these are just stoppers. They're not doing anything structural. They're just preventing this from sliding up. Perfect. Okay, you see what I mean? It's not structural, it's really just a stopper I've made. Make life easier when I get under the car. Right, reinstall I guess. You know what, since I'm in the steering column area anyway, I'm going to do something with this, which is my 1.5 inch drop down. Looks a bit cowboy, so I'm going to do something with that. And then, as someone suggested, I can run all my wires for my flashers down the middle of it. Looks like a sound idea. Might even give it a paint. But let me show you something else I'm going to do to this. So I'm pretty much just using this as a spacer, right? So that goes in the underside of the dash, and that meets up with it there. And then there's a big exhaust U-clamp that goes round the whole lot. But as you can see, it's only making contact with the middle, which isn't ideal. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some sections of that steel rod and put it on either side and weld it in place, and then weld that little corner up just to give it a bit more contact. And if I weld it nice and grind it down and paint it, it should look okay. Well, it'll look better than a rusty square tube, I hope. Right, I'll let that dry for a wee while, probably put another coat on it. Can I just say, the best paint, honestly. I wish they were paying me for this, but they're not. But check that. No drips. It's the only paint out of a can that I've found that doesn't drip. Right, I can actually start reassembling my steering column without that. I can slot that in afterwards. I can use the U-clamp for now. So let's get it back together. Right, the U-joint is back on the front, the bottom of the steering column. The floor mount bracket is attached, so it's just this that's left to attach. This is still a bit wet, but who cares? Let's throw it in. Should just slide down there. Tighty. Right, steering wheel on, listen for clicks. You ready? Oh, I still heard a click. It's a different click now. Maybe I was hearing things. It's hard to tell. Because the car's like completely hollow, you're going to hear every single bit of movement. The click I was trying to get rid of is gone. Feels much smoother. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, next obviously will be wiring. So I'm getting my flasher lever wires all through there. No, it's not clicking. Thank goodness. While I was in the area, I adjusted my gas pedal. Don't know if you remember, it was pointing a wee bit up the way, so it's a bit more level. And also the linkage at the top was just basically a nut and bolt. It was a bit mechanical, so I've added a nice rubber bushing in there. So brake pedal's good, gas pedal's good. Still got the wiring to do. Now, I did discover this. I had it running, doing a little systems check as you do. This is just going to get too hot, not liking this. So I either need to get some heat-proof coating over this section, just basically from there to about there, or I need to get this underneath there, because I just don't want that to melt. That's my headlight wiring. Oh, while I remember, Mr. Kratka, I forgot about your horn on the last video. I'll try not to edit this one out. Hold on a second. Are you ready? All of a sudden, it's not working. Come on, horny. What have I done to my horn? Goodness. I think my horn's dead, which is a shame. I really like my horn. I'll give it a wee old school tap. Right, it's not dead, it was just sleeping. Let me quickly reinstall. Right, Mr. Cracker, this time. And now you know. Hope you're happy. Now what else am I doing? Right, hold on folks, I need to make a call. Hi there, how you doing? I'm awesome. Okay, I know you're about to close, but just a quick question. My hot rod that I've been building for a year is just about ready for a safety test, but I'm kind of limited to when I book an appointment with you because I don't know when I can get a trailer. So just so you know, I've not even looked into getting a trailer yet, but I'm hoping U-Haul will have one for me, but I might have to kind of order it in. So, okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, cool. Okay. Okay, right. Sorry, carry on. Yeah. I was kind of aiming for next week anyway, so I will contact U-Haul. Oh, they'll probably be shut by the time, because I'm sure they won't have one locally. They'll need to get it delivered, or I'll need to drive halfway to Ottawa or something. You know what it's like. And as soon as I've booked it, I'll call you, and we'll get the car in. Excellent. Brilliant. Okay, thanks for your help, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye bye. Next week. Next week. My God. Oh, right then, things just got real. So probably looking at maybe next Wednesday for its safety test, and that'll give me a few days, if it passes, to get it registered, and then first test drive. Let's not get ahead of ourselves though. So the main thing I still need to do is finish off anything else on the floor, and then get the seats bolted down, get all the wiring tidied away. There's a crow completely trolling me. And you know what, I'll get up in the morning, do a final list of must-haves for this test, but I think we're almost there. The steering was bugging me, and that's sorted now. Okay folks, I'm too excited. I'll be calling U-Haul in the morning, and I'll give you all a confirmation of safety test date on tomorrow's video. Thanks for watching everyone. Take care. Bye bye.